Hey everybody. So I just want to talk about something that's important and I think that it might benefit you today. So it's about our attitude. And attitude it means different things to different people, but essentially it is our thoughts, feelings, and actions. So teachers tell students if they change their attitude, their grades will improve. And sales managers tell salespeople that they're asked to control their sales, and that would be with attitude. Counselors tell couples to change their attitude and their relationship will improve. And, doctors tell patients, uh, we've done all the work right now, so now it's down to your attitude. So, we know what attitude is, but I think it's so important because we need to be internally driven, and that's how we are going to be successful. Because when we let outside forces, people, situations, and circumstances worry us, make us doubt ourselves, put the fear into us, then we're not going to be successful towards what we really want, which could be about taking action to do something. And I'm not talking big action, I'm not talking huge success. I'm talking about the little things as well, like, reaching out to somebody or contacting somebody or calling somebody or approaching somebody that you might have had an argument with, or, and you think about what you want, and if you want to live a peaceful, happy life, and you've had a row with somebody, or things between you aren't so good, but really you really want to reach out to that person, but then something stops you, like they might laugh at me or they might say something, and that doubt starts to creep in. Well, you've got to go with your highest expectation. You've got to go with what makes you happy, and we can't let anything outside of us drive that. So it's really to focus on your thoughts, feelings, and your actions, and making that decision your thought process, and that's got to be a positive one. You can't think of ways that it could go wrong, because ultimately you've got to think about that it is going to be successful, whatever you want to pursue. And that's how, people, we do fail, and that's how we learn, and we can't let that stop us. That's just, we'll just stay in this stagnant place. We don't move. We want things, but we don't do anything to go and get them. So we've got to change that mindset, that attitude of mind. And this is why it's so important, because it just stops us in our tracks. So, let me ask you, are you a reasonable person? And if you are, it might be time to change that. It's common to equate reason with reasonability, but they are two different things. I mean, too often being reasonable means stifling or sacrificing your own dreams and goals out of fear. And we can fear disappointing somebody. We can fear about being laughed at, or going against the crowd, or disrupting the status quo. But I want you today to be unreasonable. And you can sit down and journal and write down ways in which you're holding yourself back. What are those ways that you're holding yourself back? Like this morning for me, well, actually, it was last night. I was like, I'm in this place still that I was a couple of months ago, and my results aren't what I want them to be. So I had a chat with myself, and I decided, well, these are the things that I need to do to achieve that. Why aren't I doing them? Why am I just here still? And then I started to get frustrated, and I just thought, well, it's because I assume, and that's the word, isn't it? That's the key word, assume. I assume that that will go a certain way. Well, that is not helpful to me or anybody else. And you've got to think success. You'll never do anything. You're never going to act on anything if you don't think that. If you think it's just going to be one way, you got to put the blinkers on. You got to put the blinkers on no matter what. I want to do this, and I'm going for it. And stop worrying, because actually, you've got all those incredible opportunities to go out and be you and do this thing, or even if it's just have a conversation with that person that you've been meaning to call, or like my daughter this morning, it's half term, but I'm like, no, we're just going to keep with her learning, because she's at the age now where she's 5, and if I don't keep on with the maths and the reading, the writing, it slips. You can notice like a day of not doing just like a 20-minute session. She starts to slip behind, and we've got to do that with our mindset, don't we? We have to always be on the ball, a little bit ahead of ourselves. So that's what I'm doing with her, and she's like, oh, I don't want to do it. Well, and I have to reinforce that, because if I just left it up to her to just decide that for herself, then she's going to fall behind. So we've got to be on the ball. We've got to, and it was about making her believe that it would be a success, and it always is. She's trying to tell the time, and when she does it, and she does it, and she does it really well, and she feels amazing afterwards, and that's the thing. But to get that motivation, I have to get her to see that she is gonna do really well. Otherwise she's not going to do it. So I just wanted to talk a bit about that with you today. Stop worrying, and it's all going to work out. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.